Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. Please like and subscribe and don't forget to jab that notifications bell for all my latest uploads. Today I've got a new pair of gloves by Dinardo, and these are lace-up gloves. These are handmade start to finish by Filippo Dinardo Lesse, beautifully made in Italy in a small workshop in Turin. And these have got a new type of padding in that knuckle area there. These have got the Tutella Evo, and that is an evolution of the Tutella padding. So in there is a foam and microfiber bow, an expanded polyurethane, and that means now that Dinardo has 3 types of padding. So I've highlighted the 2 other types of padding before on videos. We had this one, which was the Catus or Satus, and this was a semi-rigid padding in the knuckle area. At the time I considered this to be a hard sparring glove, especially for amateur boxing. Let me just put that on. As you can see, it was a real flat punch surface. I think it'd be great for pros to sparring, but a bit hard for amateur sparring. Then Dinardo brought out this one, which is the Tutella padding, and this was more soft, compact, very protective padding. You can see from there, and I considered this to be better for sort of soft sparring, for a soft sparring glove. So again, let me just put that one on, and there, really nice padding that was. I like the other padding actually, the Catus or Satus. I like that padding. I felt it was great, especially on the bag. This was a different type of padding, and the padding in these new ones, the Tutella Evo, is in my opinion the best padding out of the 3. So let me just put that one on and show you that. So there, so it's somewhere in between sort of the bigger, softer Tutella and sort of the harder Catus padding. This one, Tutella Evo, right in the middle. So these gloves are great for sparring or for bag work. You can order them in any ounce that you want. Obviously you get in contact with Dinardo, and he obviously hand makes the gloves. The one person that makes the whole of the gloves start to finish. It doesn't get passed through several hands. Dinardo actually does everything from the actual making of the glove to even putting them in the bags and posting them to you. Dinardo does it all. So let me just show you round this glove, and it is a beautiful glove. This in the 16 ounce. On there it sort of tells you at the bottom there 16 ounce. I have weighed these. They are 16.5 on the left, 16.5 on the right, so they're both exactly perfect with each other, and 16.5 for a lace version boxing glove is perfect. Of course, what you want is 16 ounce for the glove plus the laces, 16 and a half, perfect as I say. Let me put that on. If you can have a look, you can see how beautiful and stunning that glove is. Literally is, as I can open it up there, literally like a work of art. And these Dinardos are unique. There is no other gloves that sort of feel or look like Dinardos, and I think in the current climate where there's lots of clones out there of different other gloves, I think it's very refreshing to have Dinardo on the scene. Bring that round so you can see. Let me just show you that thumb, and then as I say, in that knuckle you've got that Tutella Evo padding and a very great knuckle area that is. When it comes to the thumb, you can see you've got the Dinardo logos on there. I'll show you both thumbs. You can see the handmade nature of these gloves. You can see in the thumbs. So they're not like totally uniform, like say a winning thumb. They are, you can see, individually made. As you can see there on the attachment, it goes into the glove, which I like, and of course that thumb attachment in the correct place so you can't thumb in the eye, so that's perfect. When it comes to the wrist, you've got the Dinardo badge with the Italian flag colours, you've got ounce badge indicating the size, you've got the Tutella Evo badge, and then as we come on the front, you have got that embossing. Okay, just trying to show you that so you can see, and again that's Filippo Lesse, handmade in Italy, 2020, just embossed on there. Another sort of security feature of Dinardo gloves, so you can tell what are real Dinardos and what are fake Dinardos out there. The face of the glove, alright, it's already in that open position. I really like the blue laces on there, the stitching, beautifully made. Kevlar stitching there really is a work of art, as I've said. Love what he does with these. The lining is like a soft patent design lining in there. Really, really nice on the hand. Lovely to put on, lovely to use. I think that these are the best Dinardos yet that I have tried. Very, very comfortable, easy opening the hands, lovely when striking things. Use them on the bag, as you can see from the footage that is in here. And they provide a stunning glove with stunning performance. So I have to say, I do love Dinardo gloves. Now, when it comes to Dinardos, obviously the big thing that everyone always talks about is the price. So the price of these ones is €1,250, that's 1,145 English pounds, that's 1,485 US dollars. You can get those from Dinardo's. Later on in this video, obviously I'll go through the Fit to Box ratings cards, and where in that ratings card, obviously I do explain about value for money. So Dinardo is a true innovator. As I say, that unique look of the gloves, also the padding, unique. I don't think there's any padding out there that feels like what Dinardo does. They smell absolutely beautiful, absolutely great leather on these. The material that is used, from the stitching to the leather to the lining, is all top notch. Let me just bring that there. Now, obviously when a company starts to get a little bigger and more popular, then the fakers and the copiers do come out, and Dinardo has tried to put some things in place to try to ensure that you know that you are getting the real deal. And here we've got an authenticity certificate from Dinardo, so just to approve and make sure that you know that that is the real deal, and also a Dinardo card there as well. I'll just put that to one side, and then he's got sort of obviously a log where he can see what's been purchased by who, and if you haven't obviously got one of those from gloves that you've bought in the past. I do believe that you can register and get one, so it's on the books, but that's quite a new feature that he has brought out, just to try and sort of deter those sort of unscrupulous people out there. I would say that it's difficult to fake these, because the only fakes that I've seen of Dinardo's, they look shocking, and even an idiot could have seen that they weren't the real deal. It wasn't like it was like close or subtle. There was nothing like. So these Dinardo gloves are, they're being used in a lot of fights now. The fight gloves in the back, which are of course my Fit to Box Punchers Gloves Champion, they're being used in lots of fights, as I say, professional fights around the world. They are sanctioned by the British Board of Boxing Control, the New York State Athletic Commission, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and also the WBC. So that's sort of how well thought of they are, that all of those sanctioning bodies feel it fits that these can be used, that Dinardo can be used in their fights. These of course are training gloves. Some top names that have been using Dinardo's, I mean, Dillian White has used Dinardo's in the past, Daniel Dubois has used Dinardo's in the past, and then you've got people like Harold Calderon, and also Ashley Theophane, and also Anthony Crolla. Again, all have wore either for fights or for their training Dinardo's at some point during their careers. So to buy a pair of gloves that cost £1,145, you are buying a Dinardo glove with passion. Okay, to buy something like that, you need to really be passionate about your boxing. You obviously need to have the funds as well. These are not really like, somebody's not going to just rock up to a boxing club for the first time and buy a pair of Dinardo's. These are something that is an investment, I would say, and they're for somebody that wants to stand out from the rest of the crowd. If somebody's there and there's loads of people with winning on, somebody rocks up in a pair of Dinardo's, obviously they will stand out from the crowd. I would actually say make sure you keep them on your hands, because I wouldn't leave these lying about, that's for certain. Okay, but why wouldn't you have them on your hands? Because you'd be enjoying using them. And if you watch Dinardo on his Instagram, you can see the passion and how intense the guy is when he comes on. Sometimes he's talking about the products, sometimes he's having a rant, and I love it. I think the personality of the guy is fantastic, perfectly in keeping with the person, the Italian craftsman that is making these. He can see that there is other businesses out there, other brands copying him. He gets really worked up about that. Obviously he cares when fighters sort of use his gloves, and also he cares when they stop using his gloves for whatever reason. And so I really do like the fact that Dinardo, he is part of the boxing brand world. So now for the Fit to Box ratings card. These gloves obviously will be entered into the super heavyweight Fit to Box price division for gloves above 401 English pounds. So let's get these card on the screen. I've gone style 97, absolutely stunning gloves, and that's why they've earned 97. I love how they look. I really like how they look on the inside, but also the lining as well. Comfort 97, great comfort in these gloves, really mould to your hands, love using them. Durability 97. Now that also includes the re-padding service. So once the padding is gone in the knuckle area of these gloves, you can send them back to Dinardo and he will do the first time a re-padding of the gloves for free. And then obviously later on after that you can still have them re-padded at a small cost. But what that means is these will last long time, because at the end of the day you're not going to just sort of wear the padding out and have to throw them away. They're like a pair of gloves that you could just have for the rest of your life really, and just keep on having the padding replaced. So 97 durability. Sparring 97, great to spar in, beautiful gloves as I say. The Tutella Evo I consider to be the best padding so far that I have tried from Dinardo. And on the bags, great pop on the bags, I've given it 96. Value for money, 94. Now that includes the repadding service as well, and I'll touch on that in a moment about where I've got that value for money from. 96.3 is the overall. So these are the new Fit to Box Lace Super Heavyweight Champions. Okay, now the previous champions, they're going to drop to number 2. And I'll go, these was the previous champions. So these are the new champion with that new Tutella Evo padding. These were the previous champion, and these are dropped down to number 2. And the reason for that is because of the price. So when I first had these, October 2018, and I gave these, including the repadding service, I gave these a value for money of 96. Of course, the value for money, it's not just about the sort of the craftsmanship and the materials used. That repadding service, the ability to make this a new glove over and over again with the padding, meant that that was boosted. It was boosted to 96. But at the time, as I say, October 2018, well, these were £730. Okay, so the next pair of gloves I had was these ones, and these were in November 2019. The price had gone up to £860, and on that card I did reflect that the value for money, because they'd gone up, had gone down to 95. And so now we come on to these gloves, still great quality, but because that price has increased again to £1,145, then the actual value for money, I've got it to 94, including the repadding service. Now I take on board, obviously, not everyone is going to own a pair of Dinardos. It's just one of those things. At the end of the day, they are a luxury boutique brand. They are not a stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap brand like you can with many others. But there is no gloves out there like Dinardos. None how they feel, none how they look. So they are a pretty unique work of art. So in summing up, Dinardo gloves, let's just put them on one final time, pull them down, okay. Beautiful materials, lovely, lovely leather, beautiful colours, beautiful design. I love that on the thumb with the Dinardo, the logo on the thumb. All sort of the badges that are on there as well, all absolutely classic. In use, fantastic as well. 100% handmade by Filippo in Italy, which I think does have a value to it. Tremendous amount of companies out there that are having their gloves just made in Pakistan. There is some good gloves in Pakistan, and there is some poor gloves in Pakistan. But what I love about Dinardo is the fact that they are handmade in Italy. I really, really love that. You know, like many of the top Italian brands, there is a prestige about where they're made and the history behind them. And I think that is where this company is the same. Now you also get free worldwide shipping, which I think you would expect. It doesn't need to do that, but it does do free worldwide shipping with the gloves. You also get a leather carry bag as well. That's not just like a little bag, that's a proper leather hold-all that you get with them. You also get the free repadding service. The first time is free of charge. Again, just something else that's not being offered by other companies. And also you get to speak and converse with Filippo himself and the customer service that goes with that. I know that, again, he gets a lot of sort of inquiries by people perhaps who've got no intention of buying a pair of Dinardos. It's taking him away from his work, actually making the gloves, to answer inquiries that perhaps are wasting his time. Again, I've seen him on Instagram where he has a little bit of a vent about that. I feel he's paying because, you know, at the end of the day, he is trying to sort of produce quality. It takes him a long time to produce a pair of gloves, and he wants to make sure that he's giving the best service to everyone. So people choose what they spend their money on. Some people choose to spend their money on property. Some people have lavish fast cars. Some people spend thousands on watches, and some people spend their money on boxing gloves and boxing equipment. Beauty for me is in the eye of the beholder, And also, expense is also in the eye of the beholder. People spend their money on what they think is worth, and what something is worth to one person is different to what something is worth to another. But when it comes to Dinardo, love is love. If I'm honest, I can't really afford the wife, but I think she's worth every single penny. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.